That's true. That is how you get bacon. You don't want that. Boing, boing. This is true. You're still through now. I'm still through. I never thought of that. Yeah, that's pretty good. What's this? The Dark Code. Fun black key. We know what that's for. That is two. Maybe you should use oopsies. Okay. Whoa. Hey, fucking whoa.
I'm amazed how. Oh boy, it sounds weird when I'm speaking. I'm just amazed how Alice, and I did read all your messages, right? You were right. You guessed right. Because I did like a little experiment, which I feel guilty for, just pretending to be a woman. And again, for anyone in the gay community, you have nothing to do with this. No, yet again, though, even the straight guys and souls are freaks. I think it's just it doesn't matter of one's orientation. Maybe it's because, well, I don't know. No, there were a couple friendly gay ones. Maybe I'm just thinking about that fanboy that was Arab that randomly blocked me for no apparent reason. You know, he never asked anything for me. I think. I don't know. Um, I just wonder why people are like that. If that makes sense. Even though I feel guilty lying myself because I am afraid of rejection, right? And yeah, for people to say that you just gotta accept it, yes, you should. But it takes a lot of time to do that. And it hurts. And for people to say that you're being weak, well, yeah, people wonder why they don't want to talk to people. Especially since I'm a spade, I've always felt that I had to be somebody else just to please someone else. And Mason, yeah, it is sad face. It is hard, isn't it? Even though since I'm a spade, is even harder if I don't want to g- do nude, so that makes sense. Towards sort of young adults. And always so that I have to just so that I could talk to them. No, even though I never pass anything because I am not that gullible to do that. And Reese, you being here supporting us will be more than enough. Also, it just sucks that my MacBook basically lost service again. I don't know. While you were typing. Well, thank you, Ryan. That means a lot. And yeah, it sucks you can't type the word hell for some odd reason. And SBI, yeah, I decided to share that. Also, I did share all your conversations on TikTok as well. Um, I'm so sorry. That's why it took me so long because I have a lot of thinking in my head. And Leah, I would love to have a hug, literally. I just had to thank Alice a lot for what she said. It sucks because I like reading all your messages. Also, I thank Eric a lot for wanting to draw me a green hat. And Dr. Danson, I'm sorry about the interruption. My map book is really out of date, so that's why I had to start over. Yeah, I'm surprised, Lauren, that she's a mind reader because I was just bored and well, I wanted to check myself as always, and uh, there's just so many weirdos. Like, let's just say there's one that wants to add me, right? And then if I wanted to share something about not wanting to do anything sexual on my story, they would just block me out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense. Even let's just say if I mention it on a training site that I want to talk, but no, it's really interesting. Yeah. Dr. Dennison, that means a ton. A lot, I guess. Well, not only on Marcus's part, because it does concern me that even though you did say that he's getting better, right? I just hope that his memory will be. Um, I'm trying to think what I wanted to share, but I can't think of anything. And yeah, Francis, tell me about it. What's really interesting to me, like, I wonder if everyone's mental health is just crashing down, kinda. What I mean by that is when I was a teenager, right? Let's just say Jamie's age, people online weren't like this. I know they were, but not as often. I don't know. But now it just it kind of confuses me. I'm not sure. And Anthony, that's really sweet of you to say that. Also, I did read all your messages about the Jessica New York Karen, and I was just amazed of how so many of you just all of you really wanted to bring that up while I had to take my time to talk. Yeah, yeah, Anna, I've noticed that, hon. And that's awesome you're a lesbian. Also, that's really cool that you like the Good Burger. I could tell. That's one of my favorite movies growing up. Yeah, Jaden, tell me about it. I think that's what's been on my mind. Let me explain, okay? Like I know my women on here go through, especially in Lisa's part. I'm just amazed, right? I think that's what's been on my mind lately, but I've just been hesitant to talk about it. Like even though that was 3 weeks ago, right? Or because it's been 19 days now. I mean, I've been 19 days. I'll try to keep track. Um, I wonder how it'd be like if I was a woman, kinda. Like I wonder if I would be cared more. But since well, I have a ding dong in my privates or as my privates, then that means that it, I don't know. I don't want to think about this too much, right? That's what's been my mind lately. Also, I think in the gay community, you know what? Can I read something? I want to read something on Reddit because it might help me talk more. Because I don't know. I feel weird just talking with all of you about this directly. You know what? I want to read on Reddit very quick. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. Screw it. Um, the brutal honest truth. Most of you will stay single, even though I don't care about dating, of course. I keep hearing other gay men say, "Why can't I find a man?" Dating in 2025 and 2026 is awful. It's not awful. You actually have a way better chance of dating now than before. Never thought about that. Here's the brutal truth. A lot of y'all crave perfection. I don't. Wesley is a good example of it. And that's just not how the world works. Preferences are one thing, but there's some preferences that are starting to turn into requirements. And a lot of you are treating dating like it's a job application. And this is from Ask Gay Bros. It's basically a subreddit for gay masculine men. Also, my mother's about to go to work. Now, all preferences are valid. You're absolutely entitled to date whoever, whatever you want, but let's not sit here and have a list of requirements and be surprised you can't find anyone. It's okay to I can't upvote it because it's oh wait, I don't have an account, do I? Yeah, I don't. Because I'm lurking on here. That's what makes you human. You don't have to go for the 10 out of 10 every time. Well, I don't. The average guys are great too. I've been in a relationship for nearly a decade, and I used to think that love would never find me, but I realized that it was because I was so interested in the next conquest that I didn't slow down and build connections with the guys I was interested in or already having sex with. Also, I like how they got these little cute antennas. You know, these little avatars, right? You can't really see it. Anyway, as soon as I got bored, I'd be looking for Mr. New. I found someone I really liked and who really liked me, and I resisted temptation to go find something new and exciting, and instead choose to stay and build, and he did too, and now we have a life together. The apps make it very difficult because sex is so transactional, and it's so easy to just go get another lay. What's a lay mean? But at some point, will dry up, and you'll be lonely and past your prime. Let me just say this for my viewers in the gay community, right? Even if you're a lesbian. Well, this is mostly for gay guys, right? You know, there's so few of you. Sex isn't everything. But for some reason, you make it turn out that way, and you wonder why you get isolated. Another thing that's what bothers me. Okay, here's a reason why I always felt that if you're a gay guy, it's a death sentence. It kind of is in some countries. The reason why so many people don't like the gay community, for example, is because you like to sexualize everything. For someone like me, that's a spade. If I can't be friends with you,
See you in the morning. I gotta go.
all right. Do I need to write your list?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, the thing is, for you gay guys in the gay community, right? It would be lovely if you could at least be more open. And yes, I get that you like sex and all, but if that's the only thing that you want to concentrate on, you could catch a disease that could kill you, or your mental health would be really bad, like mine, and that you would be more, let's just say, desperate just to be with someone. I'm sorry. You know, I know the Lenore's are here, but I need to express myself here right now. See, the thing is for me personally, as someone that's a spade, okay, I never get the gay community sometimes. Like, let's just say on those chatting sites, you know, for straight guys, the same for women as well, right? It's always this top I don't like those terms. I'm thinking, why do you bring that up for? Okay, you're not gonna meet that guy that you're gonna be flirting with. It doesn't make any sense to me. Listen, you can do that on those gay apps, but on a trending site, you're not gonna meet up with them. So I know that's part of your fantasy and all, but what's the point? You know, I don't get it. And also, if you basically don't like a guy, let's just say, like for me, I like both femme and mass. I don't like those terms that much. As long as you're taller than me, which is not a problem, and you don't mind me being autistic and talk about geography or maybe other topics, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Not to mention on that chit chat site, there's some people or boys in the gay tag that would actually, man, maybe that's why sometimes I wonder, like, I pretend to be a woman just to experiment to see how boys act themselves. They're in the gay tag, okay? You're not gay though, but you would basically would be acting homophobic or spreading any threats. I don't get it. Okay, it's a way. It's a sacrifice of energy, and also how you want to bring up if you want to bang someone's dog. Why do you do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I'm sorry. I know there's other stuff going on in Mexico right now or the Ukraine, but I can't. I have other things I can worry about right now. I'm sorry. This has been my mind for quite a while because after just thinking about that app, right, or site, because I like getting on there. Plus, it passes the time. I encountered a few friendly people, but it's so funny they don't read what you want to say because they think down there, of course. And I'm confused. And Japan, or I'll call you Ren, but Ren, welcome. You're Japanese, huh? You're gay yourself? How's it like being gay in Japan? In SBI, you completely agree with me, right? I was where people want an actual relationship, right? See, like the thing is for me personally, let me explain, right? The reason why I would fit well in his country, SBIs, or anywhere in the Middle East is because I'm ace. Sex is the last thing on my mind. Or if that was the case because of my trauma, I would fantasize, but it doesn't mean that I like having sex. I think sex is nasty. And people would tell me, "Oh, Dion, it's not." Well, I to me it is, but it doesn't mean it is. I'm the repulsed type of ace person. It means I don't want to do anything. Except for maybe cuddling and I don't know about the kissing part. I don't know. I can't see myself doing that. I don't know why. I don't. I don't know. Okay? But basically, people would have a problem with that. I just don't understand it. I don't. And you get bullied when, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm surprised in Japan you get bullied for being gay, though. I mean, I know it can happen, but because it's not legalized yet. I'm so sorry to hear that, Ren. And Sherman, that's true, actually. I think that's what's been taking the toll my mental health. That's why I try to get on those sites that much. I just get on there because I want to experiment. Because I don't know. I thought I have experimented enough just to see how it's like in other people's sexual orientations or their heels or shoes, right? And that actually makes sense. And what did Dancer say? Yeah, some people are grossed out to death, absolutely. And I forgot you're bi, right? You do like sex, uh-huh. But you like personality more. Exactly. And you know what? Let me share something. Since my crush Wesley was bi, right? I did not care that he was bi as long as he doesn't mistreat me differently just because I cannot give birth. I don't care. No, those are the bisexuals I want to get away from because, oh, just since I'm a male, it doesn't mean that I don't have feelings, right? Or that, oh, let's bang. No, no, that's disgusting. And that is just dehumanizing and sexist kind of because I know some bi boys on those chatting sites would be that way that oh if you're not a woman right well I don't want to tell you then even though I man I don't mind meeting gay guys that are bi but that have a preference towards boys themselves because I want to be more open with that again I'm not interested in dating anyone no just the friendship part because it's difficult for me as it is to go through rejection because no is a powerful word. It is. And for people to say, well, like that you got to keep going. Well, it's hard. It's hard. If you think I'm a lazy, then so be it then. Some people just need more time than others. The same way as someone that is obese, how to take them more time to lose weight. You know, it's not their mistake unless they basically got themselves in that mess. But some people just turn out to be obese, whether that's in their DNA or whatever. It's not easy for some people like that to lose weight. Like for me, I could try to eat a little bit, but look at me. I can't eat much. I'm small and I mean I have a lot of muscle in my legs. That's why I look a little like I have big thighs, but I'm really small at the same time because I walk a lot. At least I can do that. Well, a lot of people they're barely lucky to even walk 3 miles on a daily basis, which is a lot. And thank you, Emily. I do my best to share this. Also, if you want to again later, feel free. Yeah, Dr. Denson, absolutely. You know, I'm trying to think. Like, let's just say, since I know you're a doctor and you know more about injuries um than mental health. Like, I want people to understand this, right? As someone that's a rape victim, um, it hurts. It does. Like, yes, it can happen on men Because I remembered I want to go more in detail, okay? I just remember how it felt when those men tore me when they inserted it, right? It really hurts. It does. Also, kind of like what Marcus is going through right now, let's just say that having PTSD, it can be a long term, right? It doesn't go away. Well, maybe for some people it would, but usually it stays with you, right? I've been having to explain myself. I would get random flashbacks, right? Let's just say if you say a certain word, I'm gonna remember that word for a while, or that interaction, kind of like the New Yorker. Well, you know what, right? It's like a maybe it's because of my autism, but it's think about like a record player. It's like it's similar to when you have an earworm, but picture worm, I like to call it, okay, or brain worm. I would get that this scene in my head playing over and over and over. And Dr. Dan said, that's right, you told me about that. It was horrible what happened to you. It is. And, it's just not that easy. I don't know how to explain more of it. If any of you want to ask me anything, because I'm terrible at continued conversations, right? Since we only got an hour and a half together, um, feel free to share. Also, it's great that a handful of you, two of you found me from TikTok, and then the rest of it's from suggestions, right? And let's see, most of you, Lagos and Chechnya are the worst places to go when you're gay. And then a small town Arkansas, that's the least amount. Yeah, I can see that. So that means a half of you know your geography. And Ryan, you have PTSD for the military? Yeah. I can't imagine what people in the military had to go with either. It's really hard. And to explain this personally, from my perspective as someone that's PTSD, yes, you could stay up hours on end. It's really difficult to sleep sometimes. It really is. That's why I do look a little bit restless sometimes, if that makes sense. And when I'm doing so, and thank you that for you to say I'm a nice person. I do my best to be. And I think I did tell you this before, but I'm getting myself. Anthony, I don't think you have. I don't think you have. And you don't like the gay community that much. I don't blame you. I know. And thank you calling out the BS. Oh, Reese, it's my pleasure, hun. And wow, so let's see. A handful of you are gay, eh? And you had this in your mind for years. Yeah, you know what? I need to talk more about this. And yeah, Leo, it's really hard. It is. And Arabelle, you have PTSD yourself? Do you hear voices from time to time? Yes. I don't know if that would be a sign of schizophrenia because I would have schizophrenia even though I'm not diagnosed, right? It's when you hear and see voices are not there. So I guess you could say I'm schizophrenic. This happens randomly. Not all the time though. Like if you see how the react to my live streams, that will be a sign of me being schizophrenic. And you get whole leashes of Ivan. Oh, Alice, after what he did to you, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all for that. And for instance, you hear voices of general screaming at. Oh yes, yeah. For my veterans, that is extremely common. Like for me personally, um, I guess you could see like what comes to like if in the past, I will randomly get these thoughts in my head. Like when I see those cartel videos, I wish I haven't seen those. I was curious. I would see those, right? Yeah, like when I think about Mexico, sometimes I think about videos like that, kind of, because stuff like that happens, right? It does, and maybe that's why I really care about Mexicans deeply. I know Brazilians go through something similar, and you hear voices of your family that passed away. Jamie, I understand that. I do, and Lisa, you get PTSD when you hear someone mention your teacher's name. When I hear someone mentioning a certain name, I'm like that too. Like if I hear the name Yen Tun, I may freak out, kinda, or something else. It's Sherman. Thank you for the hearts. Literally. It's just like that. In fact, you want to know something? This is not PTSD. But when I think about the word Brazil, you know who I think of right away, right? Exactly like that. Because he is so attractive to me, right? It makes me really appreciate Brazilians, if that makes sense. I mean, that's why I'm so caring towards that country. Also, for my Mexicans, I hope all of you are doing well after what happened yesterday. I'm trying to think of what else. Emilia, you know, right? And Dumbo, I don't blame you after what he did to you. I'll make sure not to say that name, of course, if that helps. It kind of reminds me of that Pokemon episode when Brock, when he went to date a really cute professor, right? Ivy, he would say, "Don't mention that name," because she dumped him, right? Which is interesting to think about. And AJ, what's the good news? Well, that's good. Your family's safe. That's wonderful. That's all I want to hear. I just wanted to say this. I thank all of you a lot for being really caring of the incident that happened downstairs. Also, I have to download whenever I'm feeling mentally well enough because I still have it on the phone. I'm not gonna look up the audio or watch the video because it's too much. I'll try to share it. So, Green, thank you for the hearts and hug emojis. And you cried twice today, Dumbo. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, another thing I'm really guilty for, I would pretend to be a woman. This is like I already explained it, right? Because I would have random guys at me and whatever, just to see how they would go. You know, some of them are freaks. So I had to just share that. Also, you know what? Just to make this a little healthier in the mind right now, I do find fanboys really attractive. Like there was like a 19-year-old that was wearing, I'm sorry, I can't say this one of the little ones. Ladies' underwear. Think about Pinocchio from Shrek, right? It's kind of hot the way that they flex and look skinny doing it. I don't know why it's a turn on. I don't know why, but I'll go on Reddit. I will see fanboys that are, you know what, right? I'm thinking, wow, they're really attractive, and I can never see why they get hated so much. Hell, even for masculine gay guys themselves, why even hate anyone in the gay community? It's awful enough as it is when people of your group would get killed. Yet again, let's just say child marriages is still legalized. I don't get it. You like on two V's, right? Because there is one name. I'm sorry, I can't say the name because of the little ones. But he's supposed to be trans. You know, he hasn't transitioned. He's big, especially in his underwear. I love it. Gosh, it's really nice. I don't know when I discovered I like fanboys to be honest, because that's what they're called, right? They're really hot. Oh, because of that Arab guy I liked. Because Arabs are known for being really hairy, and he shaves. Just can't believe he blocked me because we're talking about arts and whatever. That son of a you know. And look at the bright side. He was only 5'5". I don't know what I'm saying that for, but so Arabelle, you know what trans is? Trans is when a person that is born, let's say a girl, right? But they want to transition to a boy. There's still a girl DNA wise, but by gender, right? Like your sex is a girl, basically female, but your appearance, you want to be seen as a male. That's what trans means, right? So that's because, yes, you are seen as a male or you are one. It doesn't mean that you're one by birth, right? It actually makes sense. That's why, let's just say that, I don't know, like for me, trans people, I think they should be involved in the gay community. However, though, I think they should have their own group because there are straight people that are trans, right? Same way for people that are a spade that are straight. Like Emilia, she's straight, but a spade, right? The gay community is when you like the same sex. Lesbian, bisexual, gay. Trans, though, well, you could be straight and trans, right? Ace, you'll also be straight, right? This is when you love the same sex, though. I know that's kind of controversial. That's why I think we have to need to have our own groups, but we're still be supported because I've been hearing this a lot. You're trans, Nani? Red, you're trans, and hey, son. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing. That must be hard being trans. You know something? I used to watch Inuyasha. I know Mason knows what I'm talking about. There is a character I think that is trans, but I don't know though. Because in Japanese culture, let's just say that there are men, they're not trans, but they could be. They would dress up, let's just say in makeup and basically just having long hair, etc. Right? Um, so I just read that. Well, son is cancer free. That's great news, son. Felicidades. Felicidades, son. See, I knew you would be cancer free again. I knew it. I know Dumble and Lauren will be as well, including Greg too, because I said so. The thing is, there was a character, right? I don't remember the name because I watched Inuyasha drop all my childhood that I thought was a woman, but was a man, and he likes to dress up as a woman. It's really common in Japanese culture, or at least in the I don't know what era, but the I like to call it the Middle Ages, or let's just say the 14th, 15th century. They would do that, right? I do not know why. Like, think about the Romans, how they would have sex with each other. They're straight. It doesn't make any sense, except that some have sex with children, which is messed up. But I remember reading about that. I don't remember though. I need to read more about the Japanese culture, but I don't know enough about it. And it's really good, Leo. It is extremely good. Since you're French, have you heard of fairy tale? I know a lot of people in France love fairy tale. It's one of my other favorite animes too. It's really popular in your country, if that actually makes sense. And maybe yeah, so you've seen it, didn't you? It's exactly like that because in a lot of animes, they do have characters that are androgynous, right? Androgynous is someone like me, kinda. You basically are not trans, but you like to wear clothes that resemble both for men and women. So, like my beanies, they may look like they're for women, but they're for anyone. It's exactly like that. It does not mean I'm non-binary. Non-binary, that's different. It means that you basically don't want to have a gender. It's a little confusing, right? But for me, I'm a male. But the thing is, though, I like to wear clothes that are for both, right? That's what androgynous means. And then I forgot what androgynon means. There's a difference. I know there's a lot. There's like four spectrums, right? Androgynous, trans, and then non-binary. Yeah, it's a handful. It's hard. And then another one, which is gender fluid, it's basically your personality. You would act feminine in one day and then you would act masculine the next. At least so I've heard. Again, I'm the androgynous type. So I can't give a character that is androgynous. That's an so think about Sushimaru. Sushimaru, he is androgynous. He may look like a woman, right? He is not though. Just because he has long hair. And there's another one named Frieza. Now, I don't need to go in detail because I know a lot of you know what Frieza is, right? That's another example. And Eric, you finished your drawing? That's great. I think your lover wanted to draw me. You don't have to do that. And Lisa, you heard of that term before? And yeah, I'm honored to hear that, Lit. I'm being dead. Actually, come to think of it, since you're Korean, think about EXO or BTS. They're androgynous, but they're hot as hell. The funny thing is, okay, I think in the Asian globe, androgynous is seen as attractive. While here in the West, again, it depends. More masculinity is more attractive. So to make this better, right? Where I'm from, well, I like both, but I grew up on the masculine, but the rocker type. Basically, rockers, goths, punk type of people, I find them attractive, right? That's what I grew up in. Don't get me started with golfs, though. I like golfs. I do. And emos. Those are the ones I grew up in. In fact, I think Mexico's is the same way because I've seen the way they dress, so that explains it. That is the environment that I grew up in, right? And Frieza, Jamie, yeah. And Valentina, thank you for the heart. And wait, Lynn, androgynous. Okay, I forgot to spell it. It's Androgynous. I think androgynous. And Reese, you're gothic? Well, that's awesome then. See, the reason I knew about this because I like to wear darker clothes, right? Now, emo is different than they may seem similar, they're not though. Okay, emo is like when you're more about like your depression or whatever. It's hard to explain it. You're more colorful, right? While for golf, you're more like expressive and like your own bubble, kinda. I don't know how to explain it. And you like to wear golf clothes. Like think about gothic metal or something like that. I kind of don't mind gothic metal, right? And because a lot of people in Asia are androgynous. Oh, right, right. Yeah, and it's hard to spot, lit. I find hard to spot sometimes. And the funny thing is, so what I want to share about this, right? It's amazing how let's just say these stereotypes. This could be unhealthy. A lot of people thinking if you're Asian, you're small down here. No, that's false. If you're black, you're big. No, that is also false. Right? Let's just say I'm sorry. I look up the big Asian you know what on Reddit. There's some big ones, especially some Vietnamese ones. They're really big, which is really hot to be honest. Right? Yeah, a lot of people I don't know where the stereotype came from. It's unhealthy. It's really, really unhealthy and racist, my opinion. Because people thinking that, oh yeah, if you Asian, you small. Like think about like from South Park when those Japanese like the Pokemon, they say you Americans have big, you know what, right? Prickly crud. That is not true. Again, I've seen some Asian ones are really big down there, which makes me wow, I need to date an Asian person then. You know? Not to mention for some of you Asians, I'm kind of shocked how tall a handful of you are. That's another stereotype that's broken because people think if you're Asian, you're short. No, no, no. In fact, it makes me want to date Asians even more than because I'm black myself, right? I'm mixed. I'm sure even in Asian standards, right? Like over Asia, I won't be normal height. So, like, let's just say my crush I had, no, the fans, the Dumbo members, Juan, he was half Filipino, half Mexican, right? He's not short. He's tall as hell. And yes, I think he was hot when he lifted out those packs of water bottles. My heart was pounding. I'm thinking, wow, he is so tall, right? And he's my age. I'm thinking, wow, because the thing is, I heard Filipinos are known for being short. And Mexicans, kinda. He was 5'10", right? He was huge. And yeah, I blushed because you looked pretty strong too. I think that's what I like about Asians, right? I need to do an experiment, like to talk to tall Asians kind of because I get nervous around Asians sometimes. Maybe it's because, well, I wasn't exposed enough around Asians, not to mention the way I was treated because I posted about this on TikTok, right? I've only met one Chinese person, and all of you, or most of you, know who I'm talking about. This makes me want to reach out to Asians more. I don't know why. It sucks that Amigo site did shut down because I don't want to keep going on that site and just typing in whatever someone can meet because they could just add me instead. I'll use the automatic thing because it's much easier for my social anxiety and plus it's a cool feature though. Even though I'm risk getting banned for spamming, I miss that because I remember I wanted to talk to a few Asians before and when it was Filipinos, right? When they asked for a picture of me, they blocked me. I'm thinking, or when I told them I'm black, they blocked me. I'm thinking, did I do something wrong? And there was supposed to be a hot college Indian boy, right, that wore glasses. And when I shared a selfie, he blocked me. I think like the thing is for me personally, as someone that's a Black American, right? I knew that some Asians said they could be really racist, even to other Asians. Is pretty common. I don't know why though. And you know what's so funny? Even whites can be racist towards whites, like Russians don't like Ukrainians, or let's just say I don't know Ukrainians that get hated by Poles. It could happen. You could be white just like the other next white person, and you can get mistreated because of the country you're from. It's common, actually. It's you just don't hear about it. I heard this could happen. Like let's just say Dumbo, he's Irish, right? Some British freak may not like him because it could happen because he has Irish roots and he's pale. It could happen. It's so stupid. I don't know why though. And you know what's interesting? I get mistreated by other blacks because I'm not black enough, right? And yeah, me too. Me too. And aging, it is a stereotype, yes. Well, thank you so much for the emotion, but cool. I do my best to be honest. And Mason, that's correct. Yeah, I'm surprised they even grew half an inch. It's. I mean, yes, it can happen. It just amazes me that you're that tall, though. And Alice, I wonder how he's doing as well. And Dr. Denson, even if you do go on there, please be very careful. Yeah, I've been doing my best too. I don't even recommend you going on those sites. Yeah, I know. The thing is, Dr. Des, what I do, I just don't say my name. I just kind of like, I will lie a little bit, but I will mention, like, I will talk to adults, right? I know that's wrong, but it's the way to keep me safe because I know how people on there are. Because they would go back on that site even if I talk to them. So basically, it's like they just, like, I do it too because I know that they're going to talk to someone else. So, hey, you know what? Since yeah, you may like me as a friend. You're just gonna go on to someone else. I do that too, but I don't block them because I know how people online are. If that actually makes sense, you know. So, I see like a van and then another car that's parking. Just some random people. So, besides that, I definitely am taking note on your advice. And Dumbo, don't call yourself that. Don't ever call yourself that, okay? You don't deserve to call yourself that. You're more than that. Gosh, it makes me upset that you because of how people are treating you. You're not the C word. Don't you ever call yourself that. Ever. Yes. Oh yes. Oh, I know, Dr. Dan. So that's why it took me a bit because I had to think things over. At least I don't go on there frequently. Son, no. No, that's awful. Like just because you're Peruvian, that's terrible. Well, it's my pleasure, Ren. Honestly, and Lit, yes. Yeah, I know it is awful, and it was just a decent conversation. He was the one who asked for my Snapchat at the time. This is like several years back. Your boss could go to hell, dumbbell. In fact, your boss should be reported. What race is your boss? Because it sucks you don't have a phone. I need to donate one to you. That way your boss could get fired. Because that is straight up inappropriate. It is so inappropriate. I am so sorry you had to go do that crap. That's messed up of him to do that to you. That is really messed up. It is. I think Chris is making dinner. Yay! Pika Beast made another video. The hidden move names of Smash Ultimate. I watched on my own time. Shelling drugs while Uber driving prank. That's supposed to be on a Australian prank channel. I don't really watch them that much, but at least it's a harmless prank. It's just him vaping. That's not that big of a deal because they're all adults. Oh, I remember that guy. And the Mars side of Ghana. I visited France in South America. I think I know what country that is. That's Argentina because they're French. The main guy fan reacts to South Park for the. Oh, yeah, I remember that episode. Violence in Mexico continues the day after. Yeah, I know it'll dive down eventually. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I want to see this. Why Eastern Europe is safer than Western Europe? You're kidding me, right? And I know a few of you Europeans. That's bullshit. Literally. And Little Jim is in jail, Jason. That's also what was he charged for? Your boss is black. Dumbo, I am so sorry. Your boss needs to get fired. Literally. Even if he was white. That makes it even worse because he's black. Literally. Man, I will make sure that he get fired. And Lisa, you actually got kicked out of a gym because you're a woman? You gotta be kidding me, right? Lisa, you should report them or have them be sued. That is straight up messed up. That is so sexist. You're kidding me. No wonder there are women only gyms. I get it. I totally do. Also, my foot's asleep. That's fucked up. For my language, that is so fucked up. I am so sorry you gotta go through that. Also, wait, I want to wait till Chris is done so that I won't get in his face. I am so sorry, Lisa. You gotta go do that. I mean, I know there are women gyms, and it just sucks how much discrimination there is in a row. And AJ, tell me about it. Tell me about it. And I want all of you, all of you remember Chinese Bill. Oh, right. I gotta re-upload that video again because I did share it on TikTok, and let's say Todd and Ariana, Jorge, and the others liked it. Oh my god. Yep, I hope he's staying in there for a long time. Even though he has power, I hope he stays in there. And when your English is really good, hi, it's really good. I want you to know that. It's not easy for Japanese to speak English. Heck, I can barely speak any Japanese myself. It's really good. You know, so remember that, don't you? I gotta repost that again. Also, I always want to do pranks, like harmless ones. Like the pranks I've seen on YouTube is like the bush prank, or maybe like a language prank. I've always wanted to do something like that. Like that's really harmless, but gets a lot of views. You know, not basically pretending to be an employee and sexually harass people type of prank. Because that's straight up illegal, and I don't know how they get away with it. All right, let me put the video. So I had to get some apple juice. Okay, so Butch, huh? When Simon Madison, wait, Butch? Wait, did I say Butch? I'm so sorry, I wasn't paying attention. And Lit, your new boss is nice, but that's good. Right. I think it's because they're doing their job. I just hope they're not too hard on you in this harassing you. But I understand. I guess it's the company that you work in, right? Try to get this phone to charge.
I mean, just look at these graphs. Over the last couple of years, Western Europe has seen a
Oh,
large
plus I think he's cute. His name is Living Ironically in Europe.
increase in crimes and all sorts of violence. If you watch any type of online content about this, iconic European cities like London and Paris are now compared to, well, Brazilian favelas. Sweden once praised as a safe haven of peace and stability,
I like how he used the sweetest colors too.
now synonymous with rising gang activity and, I don't know, sleuths or something.
He's Slavic.
So we're monitoring the situation right now. We're watching that few files that we're recording. And by what Twitter or X is now saying, Eastern Europe is now a bastion of stability and peace.
Okay, the most safe, the Isle of Man, Armenia, and Switzerland. Oh, come on. The least safe is Belarus, France, and Kazakhstan. Why Kazakhstan? Wait a minute. Kazakhstan is not in Europe. It's in Central Asia. So it doesn't make any sense. Why would Kazakhstan be part of this?
Region compared to, well, the decadent West. Or is it? Let's just calm down a bit and get into that nitty.
Yeah, of course. And I love geography.
The data. Only about crime statistics in Europe or just doom scrolling, you'll find a lot of charts showing data like this. Some of them are based off of legitimate research done by renowned.
So, Eric, it sucks we only got an hour left. Why Eastern Europe is safer than the West?
So others have sources that are, let's just say, open to interpretation. Hey, that's a pretty good map chart. I love the geometry dash emoji, but what's the actual source behind it? I made it the fuck up.
Sorry.
But let's look at some more legitimate data, like this travel advisory map from the U.S. state.
So, for traveling in Europe, do not go to Russia, obviously. I don't know what the heck that region is. You could travel all over Europe then. Never mind.
Pretty much all of Eastern Europe that's not an active or dormant war zone is rated with the highest level of safety. Western Europe, on the other hand, often
Oh yeah, Belarus and Ukraine, obviously.
exercise increased caution. To be fair, most of this comes from a bad streak of terrorist attacks back in the 2010s, which have recently been dying off steadily. Still, on the surface, Eastern Europe seems safer officially. No proof ninjas here, unlike in London.
You're getting robbed in England. I get it.
But you know what's always safe? Cash. And what's better than regular cash?
Oh wait, that's the sponsor. Okay.
Sure, if you look at other statistics and data about robberies or safety at night, these maps also give the safe pretty good rep. However, take these charts with a grain of salt. Eastern Europe still has a problem with unreliable data collection and reporting. A map like this shouldn't really read as, oh, you're 4 times more likely to be sexually assaulted in Sweden than you are in Poland. Oftentimes, these maps and data also reflect differences and nuances in how SA is defined and general trust in authorities. Romania is a great example of how low trust in the police can skew the data against victims. Take into consideration the Karakal case. In 2019, a local girl from a village nearby Karakal named Alexandra was hitchhiking to get to the city, a common occurrence in rural Eastern Europe. On her way to the city, she ultimately got kidnapped by a 65-year-old man who offered her a ride.
Oh,
During
boring.
the time under her kidnapper, she was repeatedly essayed and ultimately ended up being murdered. While being with her captor, she did have some alone time where she was able to get a hold of the police. She called the police numerous times, and every time she would get a hold of them, they would reply to her sarcastically. They wouldn't take her case seriously at all.
Vreau și o legătură cu poliția. Ce s-a întâmplat? Domnișoara, am 15 ani și am fost...
She's 15 when this happened. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Ridicată de către un domn. Vă rog, veniți repede, nu știu unde sunt. Nu știu unde ești, în ce local?
What do you mean you don't know where you are? What? She's fucking kidnapped! For my language.
În Caracal, m-a dus în Caracal, dar nu știu unde exact. Păi, dar nu de unde te afli în Caracal, cum crezi că te găsim?
How do we expect to find you? But she's telling you the darn city! Okay, so Romania is officially the worst country in Europe. For my, we don't have any Romanians, but this country stinks. I think I've heard about this. Is this really her? I've been hearing a case how this was the girl that was kidnapped and murdered, and the one that's like their 911, right? The 112 dispatcher didn't care. In green, yes. Romania, you stink. You know why your country is ghetto and filthy. Oh, I'm offending Romanians? Well, yeah, your country stinks. You know what? I want to say this as someone that basically loves men. I don't think I want to date a Romanian then. If I would, I'm thinking you probably smell like piss. Sorry, I know I'm being whatever. No, I have every right to be, because if I was in this position as a male, I wouldn't be taken care of at all. In fact, I'll probably get laughed at and hung up. And also, I heard that Romania is one of the worst countries for the gay community as well, because they're homophobic. Well, you won't get beaten up, but they don't really tolerate it. Same for Hungary. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yeah, Leo, I didn't know about this. I didn't. And I speak a little Romanian myself. Wow, Romania. Mulțumesc. For nothing. This girl will still be alive. I hope they got sued and fired. I can't believe this. And sadly, Reese, yeah. Yeah, they're still going. And Amelia, you're not bad for that. No, there's a lot of European countries. And yeah, Malachi, it can be pretty dangerous, kind of, especially for the gay community. And is Belgium dangerous, Mia? In Brussels, I heard it can be, no. Especially in Germany because of like pickpocketers or robbers, kind of like how we have our viewer named Carl that lived in Frankfurt. Selling in some parts of Europe is like that, yes. And I remember one time I was robbed Anna, I'm so sorry. That would never happen here in the US. Never. With all the 911 calls I had to do, oh no. That wouldn't happen here. That's awesome, Lisa. Yeah, we may not have great parks, or we may be car centric. We may have obese people and awful medical care sometimes, but I would have that in our country than this in Romania, for crying out loud.
Ce bloc este acolo? Atâta e un bloc ceva?
Nu este bloc, este o casă.
O casă. Bun, hai să rămâneți acolo să vină echipaj de poliție, bine?
Venim repede, că mi-e frică
Da,
de
bine,
m-am bătut.
Am trimis să rămâneți acolo, că nu 2 minute de-are cum să zboară, măi, domnișoară.
We can't fly, young lady. Okay, why are you saying that when she said that she got raped? That's messed up. I'm glad Lisa does live in Romania right now. One thing missing that I can exemplify with my country of Romania, but probably can be generalized to Eastern Europe, many petty criminals emigrated to West and did their legal deeds there. I remember at the beginning of the 2000s when I was a student in Bucharest, everyone was holding their bags in front and covering them with their hands, their eyes, constantly watching everyone. 10 years later, things have chilled out a lot. I see. Of the pickpocketers emigrated to the West because the stealing there was more lucrative. Same here in Venezuela. The country became relatively safer once the gangsters and robbers left to North America. Interesting. Latin America and the Balkans are in this together. Yeah, I've noticed that. This is precisely why Eastern Europeans have gotten a bad reputation in the West. I can see that. Is this why Romanians are hated so much? Here in Denmark in the 1960s, it was common not to have locks on your bike, and it would not get stolen. Now, even if it's locked to something immovable, it can vanish because somebody shows up with a bolt cutter and takes all the bikes. Once you report it, the bikes are probably already in a van heading for usually Lithuania. Also, in the past, people didn't lock their doors, often not even when leaving home. Now, a lot of people lock even when at home. Pickpockets have become a problem too, usually at crowded places like in the main train station of Copenhagen. It's not like all crime is committed by Eastern Europeans. They arrived after opening up to the East, and suddenly we started having a bunch of shameless petty theft. Why did this happen then? I wonder if this has to do with like the immigration thing. You know, man, I guess in Europe it's not as safe as I thought it would be. That's messed up, literally. My gosh. Yeah, Alice, me too. Me too. And people are thinking, us Americans are a war zone. We're known as basically the kidnapping capital, right? Yes, that could happen here. But the thing is, though, it's not all the time. It's just people that go missing. Doesn't always mean they're kidnapped. Not to mention, I go out here walking at night. Nothing happens here. And I can walk even in the dangerous or sketchy neighborhoods of Phoenix. Nothing happens here. And we're the 5th largest in the country. No. All I know is just people that are druggies or homeless. That's it. That's it. And yet we do carry guns here. I never had a gun pointing at my face. No. Not to mention, I remember I would basically raise my voice to someone because they gotta have the damn license plate, right? Yeah, they may threaten me, but it's not like I'm gonna shoot with a gun. That doesn't happen here. Not from my experience, no. It can happen, but not frequently, though. Again, we are the 5th largest city here. So it's kind of funny how that works. And Reese, you're 5% Romanian? That's interesting. But yeah, I don't blame you, though. I mean, I liked Romania at first, but now I changed my mind. And Dr. Danson, I want to hear it. And how's it like in New Mexico, Anna? You live right next door to me. I know Albuquerque is pretty bad. You know, oh boy, for my non-Americans, I want to be honest. I would love to go to Albuquerque. It's one of the most dangerous cities in our country. You think Detroit or Memphis is dangerous? Albuquerque is different. It's bad, and especially for my Mexicans and Native Americans, I don't want you to feel awful for your race because it's a long story. Let's just say the crime and domestic violence and drug activity does happen way worse there than here. I still want to visit though. Okay, I'm back. It sucks we only got 50 minutes left. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Dominica. I like doing that a lot. And I'm just back, Alice. But yeah, Albuquerque, ABQ, that's their abbreviations. It's like one of the most dangerous cities that you could ever visit in our country. Yeah, I feel bad for them because there's a lot of people that do drugs that don't work. Even though for Native Americans, they get like a check by the government. It's a long story, right? If you're not American. Etc. And thank you, Green. And how is it like, Anna? Are you doing safe over there? I still love. That's so awesome. You live right next door to me, literally. I still want to visit New Mexico, though. I do. And you know something? I do have native descent, so Navajo, of course.
Yeah.
We have articles. You have articles, and she's getting raped. Are you kidding me?
For repeatedly calling them, they came way too late. They found his apartment, but he was already gone. And this wasn't just some one-off case. In 2025, another pregnant woman was killed by her partner. This event sparked mass protests across Romania, as violence against women is often underreported, ignored by law enforcement.
I'm glad Alice doesn't live in Romania. Romania, you got to change. I'm sorry, but you got to though.
And this isn't only a Romania exclusive problem. We see the same issue being a repeat problem in the Balkans and Eastern Europe as a region as a whole. Hell, in Russia, they decriminalized domestic violence. So on paper, Russia is safer for women than Sweden because there are 0 cases.
Wait, what?
Decriminalized domestic violence. So on paper, Russia is safer for women than
Georgia is the worst country for women. Oh my god, Ukraine is pretty low. Oh my god, that's awful. Ukraine is at 13? Oh my, wait, hold on. The percentage of women who have, oh, never mind. Oh, this is bad. Okay, never mind. Hold on. The percentage of women who have experienced physical or sexual violence from a partner. So almost half of Moldovans have been, let's just say, raped. Turkey is 38%. Denmark is 32. Oh god, the UK is 29%. France is 26%. Norway is 27%. Iceland is 20. Iceland, and that's the median. So the safest country for women in Europe is Georgia, Armenia, Switzerland, Austria, and Croatia. Well, the top 5. Russia's 20%. It's still bad though. Germany is 22. I'm surprised Ukraine is so low. So Ukraine is much safer than Russia for women. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Yeah. I see. I know. My girls here are shocked. Mia, hon, yes, 29%. So for my women on here, be careful if you ever want to visit Moldova, Turkey, Latvia, or Denmark, or even Finland, because oh my god, I know they're so high. Damn it, that's fucked up. Pardon my language. I'm surprised Armenia is so low though. 8%. Yeah, me too, Malcolm. Literally. I mean, and I thought women have it easy. I mean, to an extent, but yeah, women meter. I mean, I know Japan is pretty bad when it comes to women being groped. I know that for a fact.
because there are 0 cases of women getting beaten over there that are criminally prosecuted. But I don't even need to say that in practice, it's a completely different picture. Even so, this only covers domestic violence, not crime as a whole. If we look at just general crime statistics, the East is still safer than the West by all accounts, which doesn't really make sense. In the West, we've been conditioned that more poverty equals more crime, right? Well, that's not really the case here. It's not so much about the total wealth of a country, but more about how it's spread out amongst its people.
Right.
That is wealth disparity. In the East, average incomes are lower than in the West. That is correct. How spread out amongst its people. That is wealth disparity. In the East, average income.
So where Garnet lives from, they earn a lot of money. Not, oh my god, Ireland. So you tell me the Irish get paid more money than Norwegians? That's a lie. So for the Irish, they're the richest. That's bullshit. Pardon my language. Luxembourg is 131 grand. So Ireland is 106 grand. Norway, which is where Garnet is 95 grand. Where Leo is, wow, the French are kind of poor. Well, okay. Well, somewhat. 47 grand. Germany, where Schultz is from, is 54 grand. Alice's country, sadly, yeah, I'm not surprised because we're going through 6 grand. Where Lisa's from, 23 grand, but now in England, it's 51 grand. Wow. I'm surprised Ukraine is so low though. Yeah, Brian, same here. And Francis, I guess so. I know the Irish are rich. I mean, not that I know of. Yeah, Arabelle, tell me about it. Oh no, Garnet, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Amelia, I have to agree with you.
are lower than in the West. That is correct. However, most people in the East are on a relatively similar low.
So this is wealth inequality. Ukraine doesn't have a record, but you don't want to live in Sweden, Russia, Latvia because the wealth thing is really spread out. But like if you go live in Slovakia, you'll be fine.
Level. Therefore, the wealth disparity in Eastern Europe is much lower than compared to the wealth disparity in the West. The middle class is not as developed here as it is in the West, and therefore there are less robbable targets except for highly guarded politicians in their black SUVs, which good luck with that one. In the West, you have bigger pockets of people with more wealth living next to people living in actual ghettos. Flaunting luxuries like, your Rolex, your Bugatti in a neighborhood that's not so rich.
I'm not sure, Liz.
It's sort of a bad idea.
I think it would be Japan.
With wealthy tourists. I mean,
That could be wrong.
Why tourist hotspots like Prague and Barcelona are infamous for pickpocketing cases. But let me be clear.
Ad. So basically, in Eastern Europe, when they get paid less money and not focusing on wealth that much, the crime rate isn't as bad. And Jason, that's what I thought too. Unless a lot has changed since then. Jamie, I actually don't remember the number. So I can't tell you. I can't keep track of how many countries. I know for sure in Africa it's 50. I think. Besides, that's the only continent that I can count. Dumbo, let me guess, you're 4 nights clean, right?
Economics and wealth disparity driving crime rates up in the West. It also has to do with culture and the differences in mentality between Eastern Europe and Western Europe. Take a look at this map made with these Hofstadter scale scores. As it stands, Westerners are expected to look after themselves and their immediate relatives, whereas Easterners are more loyal to a larger community, like an extended family or a rural collective.
So basically in England, it's just like here in the US, kind of. So us British people can relate to us Americans. We look out for ourselves. Oh wait, Iceland too? In Norway? Why does it Scandinavian countries? So what the hell? Well, it makes sense because they're really introverted and they're not really social people compared to Eastern Europe, which is where Alice is from, Romania, which is kind of surprising to me, and then the Balkans, right, including Greece. That's interesting. Yeah, Amelia, I didn't know that.
This is due to many things: religion, history, Cold War times, making people more reserved and less outspoken in the East, and so on. You can even blame it on the old rural versus urban debate. While each country defines towns and cities in their own way, one thing is clear: Western Europe is more urbanized than Eastern Europe. And this plays a huge role in the context of crime. On one hand, you have people that live in tighter, smaller communities and are more cooperative. I mean, they're called communes for a reason. They're the best example of a high trust society. An extended family of over 500 members where everyone knows everyone and everyone gossips about everyone else's business. You steal someone's cow, well, you get shunned and banished for eternity. Good luck coming back home. On the other hand, urban communities are everything but. People living in big cities tend to be more closed off and kept to themselves. They hang out with close friends and work colleagues, and that's really it. Or if you're from Hungary, you're highly individualistic, as is shown on this map, so you treat your neighbors like your grandma treated you during 2009 and her Farmville days, where she would send you a little poke and then forget you even existed.
Grandma said she poked you and you haven't sent a poke back.
Yeah, I didn't even want to do it.
Dan poked your grandma.
And Western Europe, as a default, is more of an individualistic society where everyone is participating in the rat race and the concrete jungle. So if you get robbed or mugged over there, well, no one's really going to care because, well, you're just one out of a billion. You can file a police report, but ultimately there's like so many muggings that what are the chances that the culprit is going to be caught? However, paradoxically, Western Europe has higher levels of general trust. A Westerner will believe he can go on about his day without someone meddling into his business, and that most people can be trusted. Meanwhile, in the East, that's not really the case. As a low trust society, people are always on the outlook whether or not someone's out to get them. So even though there is a general, that's not really the case. As a low trust society, people.
So basically, where Garnet is from, her people could trust others. In Norway, 73% of the population could trust other people. Now, where Alice is from, not so much. Is 29%. And if you think that's low, in the Balkans, oh yeah, it's not good. In Greece, it's 8.5%. Again, let's see. I think that's Albania is 3%. Portugal is 17%. France is 26%. You tell me that French people do not trust other. I think I'm kind of like the French. Yep, I am. I'm in. Oh boy, I'm the 75%. Um, a lot of Frenchies do not trust people compared to, let's say, the Germans. 43%. Poland's a little lower. 25%. The Brits, it's 44%. But if you go into Balkans, good luck. Wow, I didn't know they're so low. Romania is 12%. Bulgaria is 17.5%. I mean, I can tell by the map because I'm really good at maps. Finland is 30%. Sweden is 64%. Iceland is 63%. Russia is 23.5%. Garnet, I'm surprised that your country does. That's really interesting, though. Yeah, you don't look out for each other. How does that work? But where Alice is from, how does that work? They may not trust people, but they look out for one another. I'm really confused. And Malachi, I could tell that has to be Albania. It's a 2.8, technically. And so, Leo, this is accurate. Très magnifique. Huh. I see. So, not including the Scandinavian countries or the Netherlands or Switzerland or maybe Spain. A lot of Europeans don't really trust people. I'm kind of like that. I do not know why though. So, yeah, Arabelle, I wonder that too. So, Reese, I'm sorry. I misread the most two comments as New York schedule. I don't know why. Wait, Reese, are you from New York? Or wait, that's what Donald said, right? I'm sorry, Ron. I'm trying to get all your comments. Oh, Eric, that's lovely. You finished a drawing of me with my Deku plush. Oh, that's cute. I want to pin his comment for that. Well, thank you, Eric. It sucks we got a half hour left. That means a lot. It got blocked, Lisa. I hate when that happens.
Is on the outlook whether or not someone's out to get them. So even though there is a general higher trust society in smaller groups, they still don't trust outsiders. Basically, Eastern Europe has very high in-group trust, but very low general trust.
So if I would go to Alice's country, they would be fine. But if I go to Garda's country, not as much, which is odd. Because they're from each other, their own people. But if I'm a foreigner, then that's different. Well, that's interesting. And I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Tamsin, that your back is in pain. Is it because you've been sitting all day? Because I wonder, like, doing that would make your back ache. Oh, why did I say New York? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I can't read.
And that's why you generally see less petty crime in Eastern Europe. However, there is one type of crime that I'm still yet to mention, where Eastern Europe is still king. The mafia. Organized crime is fundamentally more entrenched in the East. There are simply more lucrative opportunities here with so many illegal trafficking routes passing through these regions, and a higher success rate for crimes like ATM scams, smuggling, and heists. There's also little to no pushback from local and national authorities. That's the clear distinction between East and West. In the West, the government pretends to fight the mafia. Meanwhile, in the East, well, the government is the mafia. Living in Eastern Europe, and the Balkans especially, means coming to terms with the fact that criminal groups
I know,
run
Alice.
pretty much everything.
They are,
If
aren't they?
you're safe and sound, that's because they're safe and sound. And they don't even have to engage in crime or felonies. They're pretty much subsidized by politicians. They're highly intertwined with politics and the government. So there's no reason to go out on the streets and shoot at each other like they do in South America. Their money laundering companies get the juiciest of contracts. So the embezzling of funds is going on nonstop. There's this one case when I was living in Belgrade where they renovated the entire main square, and they did like this ring road around, and they put cobblestone, and it was atrocious to drive on, and everyone was complaining. So after months of working on that, they then dug up the cobblestone and put normal asphalt, which again was done by the same company for double the cost. Meanwhile, other illegal enterprises are either ignored or completely subsidized by the government. For example, take into consideration the Jovanjica case in Serbia. In 2019, it was uncovered.
I have no idea, Ryan. I wish I did know how the military is. Well, I think it depends on the country, though. I know Russia, it's really mandatory and quite strict because if you don't go, to fight in Ukraine, you can get arrested, which is so stupid. And here in the UK, it feels like a mixture of trust and distrust, Lisa. I can see that, especially since how diverse the country is. It's like here in the US. And Serbia, Anna, it is in the Balkans, right? Because I remember I had neighbors and a maintenance man are Serbian. It is in it's like in southeastern Europe, pretty much. I forgot, it's like 5 million people, I think.
An organic food company was producing and distributing wheat. At first glance, it doesn't seem that shocking. I mean, it was a company catering to hippies. But what differs it from the rest is that the police were in on it. They provide fake IDs, fake license plates, and turn a blind eye to this illegal enterprise. Several prominent members of the party in charge were also in on it. And this is reflected in the crumbling, decadent state of everything around you. You always have to be on high alert. You can't even trust the ground you're stepping on or the building you're going into. If you've never walked around Bucharest, it's like tiptoeing on a minefield. Instead of just watching for cracks and potholes in the pavement, you also have to look out for falling debris coming out from the sky that can crush you like an ant. But don't worry, Interlaw Boss is a legitimate and trustworthy firm that's going to take care of everything. They're definitely not going to launder all that money and take way too much money than it's worth for rebuilding the project. We're in good hands, and that's why the meaning of safety is really up to you. Do you value feeling safe around the average passerby, or is general infrastructural integrity more important to you? After all,
I think the
high chances of
passerby.
you getting shanked in Frankfurt at night, but at the same time, there are equally high chances of the
He just mentioned Frankfurt too. I hope Carl is doing okay.
space station canopy falling and crushing you in Eastern Europe. Is Western Europe so much more dangerous than Eastern Europe these days? Well, yes, but actually not quite. The answer is really hard to sum up, and at the end of the day, it's
You got blocked, Mia. Why is your neck sweating, dumbbell?
It's not as simple as West bad, East good, or vice versa. Everyone, special in their own way, outweigh the good with the bad, and everyone, super metaphorical, all that bullshit. But no, my dear Chucks, the West has not far.
That's really interesting, I gotta say. Yep, it's in Germany, and that's where one of our viewers are from, right? He hasn't been here, but he got robbed. Well, he lost his I think phone one time, and then those Oreo cakesters. Oh, those look so good. I might ask my mother to give me myself one of those. Oh, those are so. Oh my god, I'm gonna ask her if she can buy me one for me. Oreo cakesters. You know what? How can I get viral on TikTok? Because I want to go viral so I could do some food videos. Oh my god, I'm tired of these ads because they make me hungry. Those look damn delicious. Also, I thought I could show this for SBI because it's two cities in one. If you could name 3 European countries you would not go. If I can I go Russia? Um, maybe Bulgaria and then Romania. Amelia, if I had to choose, and it does look delicious, doesn't it, Jamie? Also, sucks we got half hour left.
And I've spent the last 5 years traveling all around Indonesia. Now, a new chapter begins. Let's go and explore Java. In Indonesia's capital is where it all began. When spices were worth more than gold, and it had to be defended. Here, resilience is a way of life. The same spirit that built this city still drives it forward.
Holy Buddha! It's huge.
To modern transportation that moves millions.
It starts tomorrow, Dumbo. Hold on, let me speed this up a bit. So FBI, this was yesterday.
Become a little bit used to all this traveling nonstop and being out on shoot for 5-6 days. But have to remember that is actually not normal. That is something new to my team as well. So I'm sure they will get used to it. If you wish to know more about Jakarta's maritime history, the spice trade, and Commander Fatahillah, you can visit the Museum Bahari, which is only 10 minutes away from Sunda Kelapa.
Huh.
Just a short.
Oh my god, it's so huge! This is Jakarta? It's okay, it's so funny how again, we're the boy that lied about his age, right? This is the reason why I like Indonesia so much, regardless of their state being homophobic, right? I've always wanted to visit this because not just because of him that taught me a lot about his country, but I used to have viewers on YouTube that were from SBI's country and on TikTok, right? This is the largest country on earth. It's kind of funny because they don't have as many buildings as Sao Paulo, right? But the funny thing is, though, they have a lot of smaller ones. I like how colorful it is. I see some red buildings and some brown ones as well. It look like that little tower in the right side. It reminds me of Tokyo. It's so big, even though it's flat. Because I wish it had mountains, though. I still would love to visit. I do. Again, not because I find Indonesian boys really hot, but the thing is there's something about Indonesians I have an emotion for. I do not know why that is, though. I always get maybe it's because of that boy. And by the way, years later, because he is a grown man, right? I wanted to message him on Snapchat. He never answered. So he must have left. So, because I do want to forgive him, of course. Plus, I feel bad. He lied, but still, I've learned a lot because of him, right? Not just because of him, but when I used to do cartoon reactions, the viewers I had were Indonesian. I don't know why though. I don't. I don't. I just. I'm honored. It's so big though, and the funny thing is, it's amazing how is that supposed to be small? Because the thing is, Jakarta is on the equator. So, yes, it gets really hot there. And it gets really wet. It's the total opposite where I'm from. It looks like it's like a different planet. Because our skies here in Phoenix won't look like this. It will look like it's hot, like faded, but not faded smog. It's more like Mars type, right? Especially during the evening hours because it's so hot and dry here during the summertime. You would know when you see the pictures of it, right? So it's so different there. I'm impressed.
From Sunda Kelapa lies the area
cold-blooded. It's a place with a dark history.
Ugh, Mia, tell me about it. I hope he's okay. Also, I thought we could tell SBI on this. You have we did have a viewer from your city, right? Named Paul. That's really short, 4'10". That was in the protest that you had back in the fall. He's in the military right now. I don't know why though. And it does look beautiful, doesn't it, Jason? And right now, Arabelle, and this is where SBI is from, Eric. Yes. And son, do you have water to drink? I'm sorry to hear that you're dehydrated, and we just have 20 minutes left.
Or modern Jakarta took form.
So this area was actually officially established in 1740 by the Dutch. At that time, thousands of Chinese immigrants, they had settled here in Batavia. They were working in the sugar mills. So in 1740, violence broke out. The Dutch fought the Chinese here, and they killed more than 10,000 Chinese people.
Jeez.
And the people that survived, they were forced to live on the outskirts of the city, which eventually became the area known as
Chinatown, Jakarta. Another thing is, in parts of SBI's country, there are Chinese people, right? There's I don't know how many. It's a handful. Now, not as much as Malaysia in population or percentage wise, but yes, there are Chinese Indonesians that do exist there. Again, Indonesia is practically one of the most, obviously, I think it's the most diverse country on earth. There are so many ethnic groups, right? I thought the native ethnic groups we have here in my state was a lot. Well, okay, in Canada, there are in here in the U.S., right? We got Cherokees, we got Blackfoot, we got Dakotas. I'm Navajo, right? Well, my father's side. There's Otoham, right? There's Apache, there's Iho, right? Indonesia is way, way more complex. You got Javanese, you got Balinese, right? Other ones I can't even name of. There are so many darn groups. So the country is big. And they have different languages. And they got a really cute one that I cannot read that I wish I could read. And a lot of people actually speak it. I don't know why I don't have a keyboard of it because I would love to learn it. So, yeah, me too, Ren. Me too. I had a feeling Japanese people love Indonesia. And I'm not sure AJSBI could tell you. I know that for a fact. And Reese, see that used to be Japan, right? You think Japan is the largest country? That would be Tokyo if you talk about city size, right? And Anna, you always get the Indonesian and Poland fried mix. Same here. It can be a little hard sometimes.
They call it Chinatown.
Basically, everywhere we walk here, everywhere you look, there's a small shop somewhere, whether it's a small restaurant.
And the funny thing is, I have Chinese heritage, so I would love to visit here.
Bread, a Papa Louis, sharpening knives. If you really want an insight into how Jakarta looks, I would really recommend coming to a place like this, going into the small streets, looking at the small stuff, not necessarily just the most popular areas, but like.
Wait, Bobby, you're here, right?
Things that you normally wouldn't go to look at. It gives you a different sight of like how Jakarta is.
I'm amazed how big it is.
You can buy anything. You can buy this. Not sure what it's for. You can buy the sandal. If your son is naughty, you can use it to throw it at him. Or just wear it. This is what I love about coming to these places in Jakarta.
Oh, that's his son.
Every single day, all the small streets for years, and you still would be able to explore it all. This is one of the oldest coffee shops in all of Jakarta. And it was opened in 1927. That's a long time.
That a whole decade. That's about Kopi Estaki. That's what it is called. Wow, that's so. Yeah, me too, Arabelle. They are about me. Yeah, I know. It's something else, isn't it? And sangana pala tira pakikula para la kamu membira sarakan bahasaku la termina kaser banyang antoki to the Well, it's my pleasure. I know you said thank you very much, right? I need to study your language more. Really, SBI? His son looks like someone that you used to know? Really? I wonder if he no, because you would have seen that man before, huh?
Let's see what they have inside.
In a city that's constantly tearing itself down to build something new, this place remained. After nearly 100 years, the kind owners are now the third generation running this place. Celebrities and presidents have all sat at these tables. And today, they are both famous for their coffee and for their food. So I ordered a mixed rice with pork and coffee for just 85,000 rupiah, about $5.
Oh, that's not
Alright,
bad.
Time to taste some of this food.
That looks
and coffee.
delicious, though. I gotta say.
Fatty, salty, crispy. Oh, it's so good.
It
Okay,
does.
can I
That's
get
what it
that?
read. Your country's of Asian too. I want you to know that. I just noticed I have a handful of Asians. Wait, okay, let's see. I have an Indonesian, a Korean. Two of you are Korean. 4 Japanese. So are we missing? Okay, I got all East Asians on here. And a Southeast Asian. That's accomplishment. That is a big accomplishment. Of course, we have a Nepali, but he's not here right now. And the other Indonesian, that's basically, well, selling in the military. I just noticed that right now. Isn't that a coincidence? Uh-oh. Wait, why is Asman Gold crying in the thumbnail? I gotta see this very quick. It does look yummy, doesn't it, Jason? Uh-oh. Nihongo mo, kalimasu ka. Oh wait, okay, I'm surprised I could read a little bit of that. And Mason, if you want to, or Garn, if you want to translate. I know you say something about Japan, right? You say something about the time? I forgot that sumo means. Karimasu ka. I don't know what karimasu ka means. Karimasu ka. I don't know what that means. Yay! And this is something about Iran. Iranian here, thank you for being our voice. Javed Shah. Asman, and yet people don't like Asman Gold. Asman doing more for world peace than most politicians. Yeah, there's some stuff that I don't agree with, but still, I see stuff people don't agree with me. My coworker died in protest. I'm living in Iran, and I gotta share this. Rand asked me if I know any Japanese. Yay. Daga. I'm still learning your language though. Because watashi da American desu. I can read like a little bit of hiragana. Let's see. Hiragana, shoste, katakana, daga, ie kanji. So I only know like a little bit though. And Garnet, I need to play a Japanese video after this very quick. So even though I live in Norway, and Mason lives in Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. Of course.
For my mods, this video is going to be way different from the videos I've made in the past. And I never planned on making.
Is he wearing like an ace of spades?
I currently live in a country where it's not doing well. I want to give a massive thanks to Asmongold and Roman for giving me the courage to make a video like this. During the last few years, whenever major events happened inside of Rome, most big content creators didn't really talk about it.
Malachi, this was
talk about it at all.
22 hours ago.
It's embarrassing that they don't get into it.
Only large creators who kept talking about it consistently was Asmongold. And what stood out to me wasn't just how he mentioned it was how he handled it. It was how he was honestly reacting to everything.
From the outside, that might not seem important, but when you live somewhere that feels isolated, where the
Yeah.
internet barely works, where the platforms are blocked, where the country mostly shows up only in the headlines, having someone with that kind of reach just
You're
saying,
lit.
yeah,
4 million
this is
subscribers, man.
happening, and
Yeah.
treat it like real life instead of content, that hits different. At one
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people from Iran are watching the content and they see it. No, I really appreciate it. I do.
Okay, I had to share this. You see why I like watching him, right? Because I didn't know anything about this in Iran. And for my Japanese viewers, for all my Asians that are in here right now, okay, I'm sorry. You make me want to learn more about your continent. If you're Asian, even if you're half Asian, very quick, okay, type a dragon emoji. Or video of your country's origin, type in your flag. Okay? The thing is very quick. It sucks we got 10 minutes left. Okay, that's how the Japanese viewer, he's not here right now. Sam. Okay? He basically, because I like to have foreigners on my TikTok, not just my Americans, because I think a lot of you, especially since a lot of you live in the East Coast for some odd reason, that treated me well. The thing is that the reason why I've watched Osman about this is because he talked about what's going on in Iran, like how what's going on in Alice's country, and how I even had her flag before when my mother had to just draw out everything. Is that he was basically sharing his reactions and thoughts and basically updates, right? Even if this is online, it still counts as something, right? I would not know anything about this in Iran because of how they have no internet, because of the corrupted dictator, and how women get killed. You know, just because they want to wear a hijab and whatnot. That's still, I don't know if that's much of an issue now, but it shouldn't have happened. And I didn't know anything about that in Iran. Not at all. And you know what's interesting? In my favorite store before they closed down, one of the workers was from Iran. Hell, I would see some Middle Easterns that would shop in that store. I think it's pretty neat. So you have four of your Asian, right? Japanese Norwegian, Chinese American, Japanese and Korean American. Isn't that neat? And I want my Asians, okay? And let's be that's you too. That's five of you. Listen to why I didn't know much about Iran. Honestly, I didn't know much about this. And coming from someone that really appreciates, let's just say Asia, for example, not to mention since I love Nintendo, which I know my Japanese viewers know about, I always wanted to visit Asia, anywhere in Asia. I don't care if it's even the worst countries, say, I would like to visit Brunei, for example, right? I still would love to visit Japan. Okay, anywhere in Asia for Buddha's sake. And also, the reason why I did that poll earlier, there's a lot going on in Japan right now. I know my Japanese, you may have heard about this, right? I thought I could share this because I do love animals. Also, since I'm a Buddhist, right? I thought I could share that. You were supposed to go to Japan, right? Me too. I love the cute dragons of your dreams. I think all of you may heard about this.
Twice its size and always close by, a stuffed orangutan has become baby Punch's constant companion. Born last July, the young macaque called Punchy-kun in Japanese was abandoned soon after birth. Zoo staff believe his young mother may have left it due to stress caused by heat waves.
Baby macaques immediately cling on to their mother's body
You saw participant height?
to build muscle strength. However, because he had been abandoned, Punch had nothing to grip onto. We tried several options, rolled towels into various sizes to find something to grasp, but nothing was working.
7 months later, zookeepers finally found one thing that Punch would hold on to. Often alone, staff hoped the toy, shaped like another primate, might one day help him fit with the troop. But first, it made him an internet sensation. His fans started to become even more attached to Punch and his story after videos of him being bullied circulated online.
This makes me want to be a zoologist.
As more videos emerged, they began to celebrate small signs of progress, including moments where Punch appeared to make friends. He even inspired IKEA ads.
Wow.
Now visitors come to see Punch finding his...
Wow.
Seeing Punch on social media, abandoned by his parents but still trying so hard, really moved me. So when I got the chance to meet up with a friend today, I suggested we go see Punch together. But recently, staff say there has been a quiet change. Punch has been needing his toy less and less, and they believe it won't be long before he is ready to let go and fully join the troop.
You think I would be Dr. Danson? Because I know it will take a lot of responsibility. I could just share this with my agents about this, right? I'm surprised you haven't heard about this, Garnet. Daga, hi. Basically, it's like the new Harambe, but not how he dies. So I've heard, right? Because especially how some of you that are here in the U.S. or it's kind of like that when let's just say if you're abandoned by your parents or you're not in your homeland and you had to be like a new environment. It's exactly like that, and especially since basically my dog, so at least Bella, has separation anxiety. It's like that, and you basically would have to just get that exposure, right? And feeling like you belong with your pack, right? And for this adorable one, Punch, of course. I wonder why they call him Punch. I love that name. Um, being a mother is the hardest job in the world. Yeah, it is. And added to the stress of a heat wave, sometimes it can be a little too much for a monkey mom. So basically, the mother had no other option but to abandon her child. So, and Ryan, yes, I think this was like 4 days ago. I've heard about this, and everyone, you got emotional, didn't you? And SBI, it's my pleasure. I thought I could share it with all of you because, again, I love animals. I mean, all of you can know that by now, right? So, um, I wish I had more videos about animals on my phone and all because I've always wanted to do animal videos. Plus, they go viral, and this basically will help people to be. You know what? I did one thing before some of you had to, all of you had to go to bed soon, right? One thing, if I was a leader, I would make sure that in prisons or jail, well, I don't know about jail, well, maybe like a visit, people, criminals, right? They should have the opportunity to basically touch or cuddle with an animal because that will help with their stress levels or anger levels, and not to mention the crime rate will really decrease because I know there are people out there like all of us that like animals, right? And of course, there's something wrong with the ones that don't like animals. I think that would be a good idea, right? So that's whatever, Mia. It'd be too much responsibility for me, to be honest. But that's how I feel. I need to do a video about that on TikTok, do I? That's how I feel. Even like I'm too lit. Same here. Same here. And before all of you I go to bed, I thought I could share something about Japan. And oh yeah, Jason, definitely.
I can take. I'll take a picture. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. This will be fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
He's pretty cute.
You too. Enjoy the day. Bye.
How tall is he?
Okay, so we got the Japanese address right here, and the process here was, well, take a picture of their.
Oh, I'm thinking, JD. That means a lot.
GPT and ask it to kind of like write out the Japanese letters, right? So I can put that into my phone. And now we go to the.
So he's in Shibuya, right? I think he is. It's it's like the Times Square of Japan.
Start here in Ikebukuro is because of two.
That's weird. He's holding like a stick, but I can't see it. That's pretty cool.
That's right. So number one is because, well, I stay here currently, right? So it was close and convenient for me. And number two, it's actually one of the major stations here in Tokyo and becoming kind of like the hotspot for manga and anime stuff, which is like the anime store that you
Nani?
heard of as well as a
Is that so? Naruhodo.
city. So I felt like I had to include this area in the mix. This area feels very local, and we also.
It sucks if you had to go to bed. I just went like 10 minutes with all of you. His name is Robert Berg. I asked locals where to eat in Tokyo. And is that, you Japanese have this? That's where's Waldo? The Kokoro Waldo.
Waldo, so I count that as a win. I'm like 99% sure it's this place right here because it kind of aligns with the Japanese characters, right? So I guess we'll go for this place, right?
He's pretty cute. He's so yeah. He's kind of hot. He's so tall too.
Right, so this place feels very, very local vibes. Very cozy. Let's check the
I
menu
think he's
here.
British. Man, I know so many British people like Japan.
All in Japanese.
Yep.
I have no idea what to order, but
I want to read a little bit of this. Okay. I can't read that part. Something they okay, I can't read that part. I can't read so many symbols. I know that one says sun, and then it says no. It's oh my god. I need to read my Japanese more often.
some pictures. So that might help us along the way.
And I think you basically got pancakes for what? 440 yen? I'm not sure how much money that is.
So what's that? Go again. One. Water, okay. Water. Included.
Oh! Masaka! When? Masaka! Shibuya? How do you like it there so far? How do you like Shibuya?
Ice.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna subscribe. Not because he's cute, but I'm gonna look at what else did he do. I'm gonna share. I just want 10 minutes with all of you. Just he went to the Philippines. We don't have any Filipinos though. I'll keep that in mind. He went to Thailand. Mostly Thailand, I think. We don't have any Thai people in here yet. There is this YouTuber, right? I know that all my Japanese should definitely know about. His name is Sora the Troll, right? And he basically live streams and shares a lot about Japan. And I have taught myself so much with the videos that he basically has posted, right? And he lives in Chiba or Shiba, I can't pronounce it. It's basically outside of Tokyo, I believe. And Guardian like the Philippines, me too. And Lit, I hope you have a good day at work. You never heard of him, Malachi? This is him.
Because in Japan, you would just say, like, I'm Japanese. Tell Kiko to speak Mexican. He can speak Mexican. I'm gonna pick up the second floor.
Oh, you have to go to the second floor. Go to the second floor. Once you get in there, it's on the left side of the
Is that a
counter.
McDonald's? Oh, it's
Dumb later.
that's a Japanese McDonald's. It's almost like here in the U.S.
I don't know. I noticed that
Kinda.
like, Americans say, "Oh, I'm Mexican, I'm Japanese." Even though
I
they're,
speak
like,
Mexican.
they're-
Hello.
Americans.
I mean, if you want, you can go up here too.
I'm gonna turn up.
It's a nice McDonald's, though. I gotta say.
Guys, is gonna go shit. Oh, your phone.
Hold on, let me speed this up a little bit. I think they're going to some McDonald's. I'm not sure though.
Buddy.
And this is at 9:30 at night.
In the US? No, I genuinely wanted to become a student in Japan. That's just what's going on in the US is just unfortunate circumstances.
I remember you told us that. Yep, that's correct, Mia. He did. I need to find that video though, and it does look American, doesn't it, Arabelle?
But I had already planned to come
Oh,
over here way
you know
before.
what? I'm sorry, I gotta put this on pause very quick. Damn it! I just wish that with my stupid depression and such, I didn't hold all of you back. For Arabelle, let me look up Canada very quick because that's one of my favorite countries, right? Not because of how cute their flag is. Also, I know Eric is from there. What the heck is going on in Canada right now? What do you mean banned for life? Canada booted from Olympics? Why? I know they're known for their oh, so there's been something going on with their hockey team, eh? Interesting. What else? Oh, I know. That's right, because Arabella's from Toronto. What's going on in Toronto right now? Not just the snowstorms, of course. I'm sorry if I'm keeping on you hold. Okay, this is I visited the Canadian city of African millionaire immigrant. What? Where is this? African immigrants. Look, that got my attention. Because I know there's a lot of we gotta wait for these ads though. There's a lot of black Canadians. And you know what's interesting? There's a lot of them that are Jamaican as well. I don't know why there's Jamaicans in Canada. That's what I've heard. There's a lot of them. You want to go to so badly, AJ? Me too. Me too. I mean, since I'm in Arizona, I do see some Canadian license plates. At least in past, I did. Toronto.
Welcome to Canada. Canada welcomed over 1 million Canadians and temporary immigrants.
1 million? How much?
Asia and Africa. And today, Canada remains one of the top destinations for Africans seeking opportunity, stability, and clear pathways to citizenship.
I got in here in 2021. I am already a citizen at this time. You won't get that in the US. You won't get that in the UK.
Canada gave me opportunities that I would have never thought about if I was in Nigeria. But of course, it doesn't come with its own set of unique challenges.
The weather situation, like it gets cold like half the year.
Right.
Yeah, but then the cold wind.
Hi, my name's Tiwa. I'm a Nigerian living here in Toronto.
Canada is quite different.
That is the CN Tower. So for anyone that's seen Total Drama, the Redonkulous race, right? That's basically where the first episode is placed in this city because Total Drama is Canadian. So it's pretty cool how they do that. Also, that's your police cars. That's really interesting.
About 23% of the population is owned by
23% of what? What? Wait, 23% of how? Wait, what?
Hi, my name's Tiwa. I'm a Nigerian living here
In Toronto? You're kidding me.
About 23% of the population is
Holy crap.
That means almost 1 in every 4 people in
1 in 4 Torontons are from another region. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I will fit in Toronto really well. I didn't know it's that high. Wait, he went to Calgary? What? What? I didn't know about this. Oh, great. I forget you're Canadian, eh? I would love to. I got 3 Canadians here. See, let me explain. Okay, as an Arizonan, okay, we get so many Canadian. For my Canadians, please visit our state. You're more than welcome. I'm sorry for the New York and for Zach. I'm so sorry if you're still here. The reason why I like Canada so much because I did learn a little bit, like when it comes to their laws and basically, well, their lifestyles and whatnot. I know that you're known for Tim Hortons. That's one thing. Of course, hockey. That's another one. Also, I like to say a lot. That's supposed to be like I know our bird and say quite a bit, and basically, they're supposed to be known. A lot of people just see Canada as boring or nothing to do. Like, that's your opinion. Because they're supposed to have really good medical care. At least that's what I've heard, right? 2, they're really, well, not just gay friendly, but they're hella diverse. 3, well, they're known for the politeness. And 4, they're just like here in the US, right? So that's why I've always wanted to visit. And you all Total Drama Island, Ryan, same here. And yeah, at least a 23%. And yeah, Eric, I remember you told me, or your dad told me about that little one. You know what? Okay, I know it's getting late. I want to share one more video, right? I don't want to keep all of you on hold. So since I want to mention Total Drama, right? I'm sorry. I love Total Drama a lot. I do. Total Drama Island would be fine. I'm trying to find like a good clip. Of course, I make it copyright, so I'm gonna be really careful. What I did this say again? I'm so sorry, everyone. I blank out a lot. If any of you have not seen Total Drama, it's like the best Canadian animated series. Now there are some seasons that are way better than others, right? This one is my favorite, the Ridiculous Race. It's basically when they travel to other countries, right? Since I'm a Vexillophile and a Xenophile, I love this season so much, right? It's really, really, really good. Also, I wanted to show the Beijing episode. Again, I'm a big fan of this show so much. And you seen it, Bobby? You did, but that's great. The one I'm playing is the Beijing one.
I could have taken the smoother road, but I decided to go with one that's most like our relationship. Cracked, twisted, and falling apart.
Gross.
Which way? Should we split up? Good idea. I'll go with MacArthur. Dude, I meant
One team goes right, and our team goes left.
It's not Brody's fault, it's Russian. Not to say my pheromone.
MacArthur and Sanders. So what? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, right. Because you're bear experts. I love this show so much. Fuck those two so much. Pardon my language. Oh, wasn't the bird? So Jamie, if I remember correctly, Total Drama. Okay, Total Drama Island is the first one. Not including the reboots. The second one is, I think, let's see. It's action, World Tour, Revenge for the Island. That one sucks. The other one, which I forgot the name of it because it's so forgettable. That's 4. Pocket to Island, that sucked a lot. This one, and then the reboot. So basically, if I remember correctly, there are 7 of them. Okay, well, if you count the reboot, but not the second season, there's 7 of them. But without the reboot, it's 6. You never seen it before, Rin? It's really good. They do have other languages too. I just want to get copyright. Step aside, Barfy. I might eat. The eating. Have faith, homie. Have faith. Gross. This was out, and if anyone needs to go to bed, please go ahead. I'm so sorry. This came out in 2015, so I was Dumble's age, kinda. When I was like 20. No, dude, we're still last. I love the Rockers so. Oh, that's disgusting. The Rockers were awesome. So basically, for the ones I've not seen Total Drama, it revolves of these teens. Well, at least most of them are teens, I guess. They will have to do well. Okay, this one, they have to be the last one standing, right? Like it's like the reality TV show. I forgot what it's called. When you have to race along the globe, right? And then whoever basically is the last one standing, you get the $1 million. And then for the original Total Drama series, it's basically the same but on an island, which of course that's where they get the name from, Total Drama, because you would basically will form friendships, but yet again, no, there's this drama involved because you're a backstab on each other. It's like you're watching a soap opera, right? But it's more like for like teens and young adults, kinda. And I've watched this for so many years. I also remember when I watched Pakato Island when I was in my late teens, right? It was okay, but it's not that good. So Garnet went to bed, Adrian went to bed, Jamie went to bed. And you only see one season, Alice. It's the first one, isn't it? So this is why I really appreciate my Canadians a lot for this, because yes, us Americans, we do have great cartoons, but Canadian cartoons get overlooked so much. And this is one of them that I basically watch. And Sleep Well, Lisa, thank you for being here. Yes, Jason is Survivor. Yes. So if any of you have not seen it, you can basically find us on YouTube for free. And also, they made some fan-made ones. I forgot. I think it's called this Adventure Camp. I was supposed to do a reaction to that eons ago, but I never did. Right, from older viewers I have, but not here anymore. So I love watching this a lot. It's really good. It teaches you a lot about how these countries cultures are. You know, what are the Chinese eat some really weird, but yet I guess in cool food and visiting the Great Wall in China, which I want to go so badly. To even the Komodo dragons that they actually have in Indonesia too. And then the buggies in Vegas, which I think is really cool if you actually ask me. And even when they go to India, just to basically pick out grass, and also to Argentina when they have to do, I don't know what's called the salsa or something, right? There is a total of 26 episodes, right? And then there's an alternate version of, well, the winners of this. Should I spoil anyone? Okay, I think everyone's going to bed. Actually, I want to play my favorite clip very quick. This makes you laugh. I thought I could play this when I was still awake. And I hope you sleep well, nephew Eric. I love you calls me Uncle Dia. That's so cute. And Mason, hon, and Amelia, hon. I hope you both sleep well. But yeah, for the ones who are still here, I'm so sorry that I did this so late. I'll try. I'm gonna have to Dumbo. I'm gonna have to try to live stream early, just in case if something pops up or I'm in this mood. So I can talk more about the gay topics tomorrow. Um, wait, part one? Oh, whatever. Where is that little funny honk? I want to get to my favorite part. Oh man, those ice dancers. There it is. My favorite part. My favorite part. You still up, Mia? Ah!
Get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
I love that part so much.
We're in a New York City traffic jam. Hey, get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
Oh my gosh.
We're in a New York City traffic jam. Hey, get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
Why does it look Greek?
We're in a New York City traffic jam. Hey, get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
I'm sorry. I love this show so much. Oh. You right? It's like she's screaming for her grandma or something. Well, though, I know New York is like this, but this is accurate.
New York City traffic jam. Hey, get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
One more time. One more time.
We're in a New York City traffic jam. Hey, get over yourself. Honk like a normal person.
I'm just surprised that Toronto is not far from New York, which is so weird to me. And see, bro, Green.
At least if we're stuck in traffic, so are the other teams.
Way cleaner than I expected. I know, dude. I'm starting to think we won't even get mugged.
Next up, Empire State Building.
Boom.
Ridiculous! I got it. It's not working. Keep going.
That's pretty awesome. How did she do that?
There are a lot of things in this race that I never thought I'd do, and impersonating a police siren tops the list. You nailed that siren.
But the thing is, though, they're both police officers themselves, so technically it's not impersonating.
It's perfect. I've been practicing, just in case.
That's incredible. I love those two. Oh yeah, when they got the Easter eggs of the Total Drama characters, I forgot they did that. And Penelope and Francis, hope you sleep well, you both.
Empire State Building. Oh, nice. Oh, watch out for falling gorilla poop.
You mean bird poop, right, Brody?
But they may not have the place to themselves for long. Finally, here comes the cops to arrest all these terrible drivers.
Arrest?
Made it! 3 briefcases. We must be the first team here. We will. Take this briefcase to the midpoint chill zone in Central Park. You heard the
Central Park. I forgot about Central Park. Yeah, I can tell Dr. Danson. Sure. Yeah, of course. Because I think that this brought everyone to bed, right? I know Mia has to as well. Also, I'm gonna get to my favorite part when the ice skaters lost. I'll play this again tomorrow too. Sleep well, Mia. Oh my goodness. You see, right, Bell? And yeah, I'm a huge. I could talk about total drama tomorrow too. Of course, I am. I hope you sleep well. So I got 3 Canadians and 4 Japanese, right? Also, I know that maybe some of you that tried to say good night, but your message didn't went through. Please don't worry about it, because I know how YouTube is. Anyway, I'll settle down right now. Catching a charge over Applebee's. Mexico is burning. Oh, war fronts. He did a video about Mexico, huh? I wish I saw that earlier. Yeah, I like his channel. He does, yeah, especially since he talk about Sudan. And honestly, well, hon, yeah, but I hope the doctor's appointment goes well. Also, I need to get my chicken nuggets. He made a video about this.
Terrifying, surreal, scary. These are some of the words that American tourist Jim Beatty used to describe the situation in Puerto Vallarta, a tourist town in Mexico's Jalisco state. As it turns into
I wish I played this earlier today. I could play it tomorrow. The cartels are drawing a fit, pretty much. They will until they start fighting each other and drug territories change. Yeah. FIFA officials swing their asses off right now. I just got home. My family made it out like 3 hours before the city went on. Well, that's good. We're here in Puerto Vallarta. Yesterday was crazy, and we could see it all from our balcony in the hill. It was super low tech. Teenagers on motorcycles with gas cans burning. Oh my god! Buses and Oxford convenience stores had zero gun. Oh. Today is quiet and calm. Well, that's good. 80% of the mess is cleaned up. That was fast. For tomorrow, I think most businesses will be open overnight. God damn it! Well, it's like here in Phoenix, if there was like a tragic car accident or something, we used to clean it up. Fuck cartels. I hope the Mexican army prevails. I'm gonna, I'll say this tomorrow. Okay. Well, of course, you remember, yeah, the view count, right? But I recommend not going on those chat sites, right? I'll try that too, because I mean, I don't get on that much, and I'm bored. But I've been trying to decrease like my time on there, Dr. Danson, because I know it's not good, especially how awful they act. Also, I remember, your advice that if I ever feel uncomfortable, right? Because since I'm a people pleaser, that can be hard sometimes. I do my best to ignore anyone that messages me inappropriately or blocking them. I try to do that because I don't want anyone to feel that they're getting taken advantage of. Because since I feel awful doing that, I do my best just to ignore them or not respond. Like even if I have a conversation, but then something doesn't feel right, like it's something they said. I sometimes, oh, sorry to troll streamer right now. Sometimes I feel guilty of it. And I get why you go on them, but considering how often people are on there, it's best not to go. Yeah, I'm trying to break down that habit. And yeah, yeah, I didn't forget. Hey, yeah, Dumbo, it's just you two right now, and I'm just watching this reaction channel, watching American Dad, because I like American Dad. I'm just putting toast in the toaster. Yeah, just so I'm sweating a bit. And as well as your viewers on TikTok, most of work. Yeah, I didn't forget about that. Dr. Danson, I'll definitely do my best to keep that in mind too. I'm sorry, I decided to eat some chicken nuggets because I've been a little bit hungry. But yeah, I don't want to keep you up, of course. But yeah, I'll do my best to take a break off of there. And then Dumbo, if you have anything to say yourself, please go ahead. Okay. All right. So he went to bed. We could talk again tomorrow. And good night, Dr. Jensen. And then Dumbo, this is you now. I decided to get myself some toast, right? And then some chicken nuggets too. So Dumbo, what happened? Tell me everything.
Ooh, Christmas episode.
Because I know it's your darn boss, isn't it? Just keep in mind, right? I given you the pass and to not obsess over view count. Yeah, I read all of it, Dumbo. I wanted to screenshot that too.
Whoa. Goddamn. Oh, okay.
What happened, Dumbo? I want to hear it. This might sound stupid. It's not, Dumbo. Nothing stupid what you're sharing with me. When I was at Dollar Tree today, you cried when you saw, oh, that's cute. How is that stupid, Dumbo? It just means that you're having nostalgia. Hell, I'm like that too. Sometimes, like, if I see like a husky or a breakdown sometimes, that remind me of Elijah. So, I totally get that. Do you know what a tree is? There's something stupid about it at all. Jumbo, I don't blame you. I'm still a little bit upset my mother had to throw out the. I know it's like an accident and all, but I had that since I was in kindergarten.
Oh, close.
So I totally can relate.
Damn. Ow.
I know what you mean because they were your cherished items. Yep, exactly, Dumbo. Because the thing is, I do like to collect things that I could. I guess you could say I would yeah, I would consider myself like as a hoarder.
It's all very familiar.
As some type.
Perfect treat. And Eddie did that, right? Wasn't there a special? Or Ed was special? Well, maybe that's not true. Oh, what the hell? Can't wait for One Piece live action to come out. Season 2. Oh, what did you do to that? He was climbing the ice mountain just now.
Oh, he watches One Piece.
Oh no. No.
Dumbo, do you know how old the boy was? It didn't went through. You want to type it again? Yeah, you can retype.
There's the. What the? Gotta get ice cream. Oh, man.
That's hell. Vegas has been like hell, though.
Looks like a mess. She doesn't have any wings. Mm-hmm. Oh. Whoa, the baby.
Wait, sorry about the Dumbo. Wait, you can't type the word mother? Man, YouTube is stupid for this. I'm not mad at my own mother either because she got rid of my bear. I know she didn't do it with a bad intent, right? I just wish I got to tell her not to draw it out. Dumbo, same here. Same here. And plus, I went on my bad. So I would totally get it.
Good.
Cox, your internet and mobile price won't change for 5 years, from 5 Halloweens.
Also, I'm not excited for tomorrow because my new work. It's so funny. It sounds like New York. Schedule officially starts. So that means, Dumbo, you're off what? Saturday and Sunday, right? Oh, these ads are long. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so what days are you off then? You. Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Oh no.
Oh. Let's go.
Oh!
What the hell? It's horrible.
Yeah, Sin, it's terrible.
He deserves to die.
So, Dumbo, you work. I'm so sorry for being so distracted. You work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday now. Hmm. And your shift is 30 minutes. Oh, that sucks. So you gotta work an extra half hour? I'm sorry to hear that, Dumbbell. Yeah, still. Well, uh, as long as you're still being paid decently, that's what matters most.
Oh, Lion King ass shit. Oh hell no.
Oh. Yeah, that's bad.
I just hope that
Oh no.
you don't have to keep putting up with that awful boss of yours.
It looks good. What's the tour? He's all nervous. Oh. It was real. Oh.
Yeah, who would give a kidney to? So they made you sign a form for it. So I don't know if eventually, right? I'm sorry to hear that, Dumbbell. Tyrell, like the football player. What a coincidence. If he keeps this up, Dumbbell, you should definitely like report him for that because him being racist to you, that is not okay at all. Literally. 55. Yeah, so he acts like a total old geezer. I'm sorry about that, Dumbbell. What did he do? A criminal record?
Yeah, the keys.
Oh.
Yeah, the keys.
Oh. That makes it even worse.
Yep.
They need to cope. Oh, shit.
Yeah, the keys.
Oh my. Wow, he's horrible. Oh my goodness, Dumbo. How do you know about this? How do you knew that he had a criminal record? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the keys.
Are you serious?
Oh, that makes it even worse. Yep.
I need to cope. Yeah. No violation. One of those dogs don't look like Family Guy guys.
He told you about it. Wow. I see. And sometime this year he would turn 56, right? Wow. I'm surprised he didn't really taught himself for what he did. That's insane, Dumbbell. Especially the way that he treated you too.
Same kind of video, but
Oh no.
She was born in 1970 and you're 6'1".
it sounds like the guy from Family Guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, he be drinking.
Damn.
And yeah, Dumbo, go ahead.
Hey.
Oh shit.
So Dumbo, the poll, maybe 1:30, and then I'll stream at 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 would be fine. But yet again, though, I'll probably take time for everyone to comment. So I'll probably start I'll start the stream at 3:30, but I would really start like talking at 4 maybe.
Whoa. Yeah, talking to a prostitute. Yeah.
Oh.
They're not going to you.
Oh no.
That's Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh. Yeah.
1:30 to 2. Yep. And then Dumbo, it will be 3:30 my time.
No, that's not the one we know. Sounds like it, bro. Oh. Plug that shit in.
Yeah, no problem, Dumbo. I hope you sleep well.
No way. So great. So shines and good deeds in a big world. That's good deeds as well. Oh.
Good night, Dumbo. I do hope for the best of your work throughout this week or your new schedule. And yeah, I'm keeping his advice in mind.
Good thing. Over.
Ultimate at 4. Oh, good episode.
Love search